Tim in Michigan, you're on the line with Jimmy and I almost said Matt. Jimmy and Vat. You're on the line with Jimmy and Forrest.
What's going on?
Hello, hello. It says here that you think atheists, but you apparently are an atheist, are missing something, which is solar energy.
I'm not an atheist.
Oh, see, that's
that's what I was listed as.
All right, so I'm going to fix this here. So you are a theist then?
No, I'm not a theist.
Okay, well, there's only the two choices.
This is a binary situation here.
What is the thing you think you are, if not an atheist or a theist?
Oh, I know I'm a scientist.
Okay, right. So scientist is not the answer to the question. Tim, do you believe a God exists?
No.
Okay, so you are an atheist.
Then you're an atheist, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, Tim, now that we've gotten past that.
I'm an atheist.
Yes, you are.
That's the definition of the word, Tim.
Hypothetical if.
No, it isn't. Atheist means you do not hold. Tim, atheism is simply the position. It is atheism. Theism is you believe in God. Any negation of that, you don't believe, whatever, is an atheist.
Okay, I'm only asking the question because I heard the hypothetical on the line.
What was the hypothetical?
Talking to a theist and saying, well, if there is a God or if there was a God, the if part.
If has nothing to do with atheism.
That was just asking you a question, Tim.
Because what I heard.
Atheists
that was just
do
asking you a
pose
question.
Hypotheticals, for sure. It's fine.
But theists do as well. Like a theist could very easily say, if there isn't a God, or if I'm wrong and there's a different God. Like it's just asking questions, man. Everybody's allowed to ask questions. It's cool. You either believe a thing or you don't. That's all we're saying.
That is great. Yes, but what I'm saying as a scientist, the answer is no. There is no if. There is no confusion.
The answer to what is no.
Okay.
Hang on. Tim, the answer to what is no, if you're a scientist?
There is no God.
You believe that science...
Even that's the hypothetical.
You believe that is a scientific claim, that there is no God. And what experiments did we do to verify that?
Writing allegory and writing mythology.
Tim, I'm going to try again. First of all, you keep saying the word hypothetical as though science doesn't like hypotheses. I don't know if you've heard, but they're sort of the starting point of everything. But Tim, what experiments was ever done to confirm the claim there is no God? Was the question I asked you. You said something about writing allegories. Those aren't experiments.
Oh, the experiment is when the human reads the allegory. The human knows what non-fiction is. The allegory and the mythology fiction. Experiment done.
Tim, what do you believe a scientist is?
A scientist is observing nature.
A scientist is a human observing nature. No?
That's what science.
Yeah, it's a scientist would be a person who is doing science.
The definition is somebody who has extensive knowledge in or is learning science. Someone who is studying or who has extensive knowledge in science. That's what a scientist is. So I don't hate that definition. I do hate the way that Tim is using it.
It's like a Bill Nye the Science Guy kid show. Everyone's a scientist. And it's like, that's sweet, Bill, but fuck no, they're not.
Well, that's what I say is the thing. But like also like that is right. That is the definition. But like I would just say like, Tim, you say that you are a scientist as well. So surely you know that in science, we never accept a hypothesis. We only fail to reject a hypothesis. And then if we can't prove ourselves wrong, that's when we start to move forward with an idea as if it may be true until new evidence comes up that changes our minds. That's how science works. We never just say, this, I know it has to be true because, whatever. So like the thing that we say here on this show is not, I know there is no God. It's I don't believe there is a God, which is a big, big, big difference. We do have some hosts that say that it seems logically impossible that a God exists, but even that is still a hypothesis that we have failed to reject. And it seems like you're taking a hard atheism position of saying, absolutely no, there is no such thing as a God. We've proven it. And then you're going to fall right into the usual theistic trap of, have you looked under every rock in the entire universe to check to see where God is? And if you haven't checked every single rock in the Andromeda galaxy to find God, then you don't really know for sure. And I don't think you're willing to make that claim.
Science can't even demonstrate that science is capable of discovering all things that are.
That's the whole
idea,
point of,
the idea of suggesting that it is a scientific claim to say there are no gods or there is no God is frankly just incorrect. Tim, what field of science are you in?
There's multiple. You want me to go down the list?
I want to know which one you are qualified.
What do you do? I'll start with astronomy first and astrophysics.
Okay, so you are an astrophysicist. Now, is this you have labeled yourself as such, or you have accolades to claim such a thing?
Both.
Wild. With some of the things you have said today, that's fair. Anyway, you called to say we're missing something. Atheists are missing something, and that thing is solar energy, right?
Correct.
So tell me how I am missing solar energy.
Because you don't understand how humans make observations.
I don't see how those two things are related.
No, Tim, please tell me how I don't understand how humans make observations, because it's wild. I knew I was talking to a scientist. I did not know I was talking to a motherfucking mind reader who knows my mind and my abilities and my capabilities. So, Tim, start with that, and then we'll come back to solar. How is it you know that I, or maybe you referred to Forrest, or it was a royal you, don't understand how people make observations?
Because you wouldn't have asked me that question.
Why is that, Tim?
Because you would have mentioned the sun. No star, no observation.
I did mention the sun when I used the word solar energy.
Only because I said it. Not when you're talking about it, when you're explaining it.
Tim,
especially when you say science, you say looking under every rock.
Tim,
you have to have solar energy to look under every rock.
Oh my God, Tim.
Oh my.
Are you fucking
exactly?
Flashlights exist. You know, I can look under rocks at night.
I won't even.
Be quiet, Tim. I'm going to let you talk in a moment. But at the moment, I think I'm talking to somebody who is in a chemically altered state. You called in. We wanted clarification on whether you were an atheist or not. We had a discussion about that. Then you said that atheists are missing something called solar energy. And you said we would have brought up the sun when asking for looking, which was Forrest's example of, have you looked under every rock in the universe? So, Tim, I'm unmuting you now. Have you looked under every rock in the universe with solar energy? Have you done that, Tim?
You don't have to look under every rock in the universe. You just look
yes, you do.
Under the rock on Earth.
No.
On Earth. Humans are on Earth. How far do you think humans have traveled?
All right. I'm going to mute you again because you think that you get to yell over us. Tim, whether it's God or whatever else, everything that can be under rocks in the universe is not necessarily represented on our planet only. There are possibilities of under rock things which would blow your goddamn mind in other worlds and other places. The idea that you are a scientist with accolades, I'm questioning more than ever. But Forrest, I think you had something you wanted to go over with him. You have the call system up, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Unmute him at your will. Go for it.
Well, it just blows my mind that, like, we are clearly talking about his initial claim, which is that he can say scientifically verifiably that there's no such thing as a God. And all I brought up was there's the obvious answer that any theist would give you, the one that I have gotten several times, is you haven't looked under every rock in the universe to find God. God could have made the whole universe and is now hiding on some faraway planet in some faraway star system in some faraway galaxy that we've never even heard of before. And then you're bringing up solar energy as if you, number one, can't look under things without the sun when fucking flashlights exist. And also saying that that has nothing to do with what you're talking about here, when that's exactly what we started the call talking about. So, Tim, I'll bring you back. I just want to know, like, genuinely, what are you trying to get at here? Because it sounds like we're getting in the weeds about, semantics and about suns and about rocks and all this other stuff. Just really quickly, please just tell us, what is the point that you're trying to make? You are back on.
The point of everything on Earth is our star, the sun. No star, no life. And that's not N-O. That's hypothetical. It's K-N-O-W. Know what the sun is, know what the star is, and you can look under every rock on Earth. I didn't say not in other galaxies, other life forms. Yes, they can look under rocks. I didn't say they couldn't.
No, nobody, Tim, I think maybe we've gotten some wires crossed here.
No, we
okay? Nobody's
Tim
saying that you can't look under rocks. Nobody's saying that other life form can't do that. That's not what we're talking about.
I'm not saying that either.
That's what you just said. So, here's the thing.
No,
man.
I agree with you. Listen.
What we're saying is, I understand that you need the sun for life to happen here on Earth. I get that. All life on Earth relies on the sun. For saving for some chemotrophs and around hydrothermal vents and shit. Even then, you can make some arguments, but we'll just say, generally speaking, all life on Earth relies on the sun. I'm fine with that. Why does that have anything to do with a god?
Because that's where humans get confused when they think God and they don't think star first.
So Tim,
why would they think star first? Why would they think star first when the theists that we talk to on this show, the people who believe in the Bible, call in and tell us that God made the sun and all the other stars? Why would they try to put the star above the thing that they think made it?
So they can learn the periodic table.
What does that have?
Stop. Tim, my last question for you is...
Oh, yeah. You know I got credentials. You heard that.
Yeah. Tim, what are your credentials? Tell me about those. Where did you get... You said you're an astro... Hang on, Tim. You said you're an astro... Hang on. Jesus Christ. Are you capable of letting a person finish a question without interrupting? Tim, what are your credentials? You said you're an astrophysicist. What are your astrophysicist accolades?
Degrees.
What kind of degrees?
What degrees did you earn?
Listen, I'm not giving out personal.
Yeah. Tim, no, you fucking don't. You're just a liar.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jimmy Snow, executive producer of The Line, and the rumors are true. Forrest Valkai is, in fact, a hostage in my basement. If you would like to contribute to his freedom one day, you can do so by supporting us over on Patreon or becoming a channel member. There are specific tiers for specific shows or the channel at large. You can also send us super thanks. Those are great. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Also, fudge the algorithm. Go to one of these things. The algorithm doesn't matter. It thinks it knows you better than we do? Better than you do? I know you better. Hank. There's a bunch of people named Hank. I just freaked way out. Okay, go to one of these.